All right, and welcome to the most transparent video about my trading that I've ever shared. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain why I actually haven't traded in a month. Okay, and why I was sitting in the live streams watching Dan of all trades kill it, right? And just watch him be profitable. And then I want to talk to you how he did that and share with you that strategy that he is using. Okay, so for me, I was dealing with multiple layers of stress, okay? Going on inside my career, going on financially, and then like a super, like, kind of scary health thing going on, right? But by the way, I'm good. But all of that stacked, I made the decision to just step away. Yes, I was in the live streams in our community. And yes, I was even like putting the trades on the chart and, talking with Dan of all trades and watching him take those trades and watching him do well with them. All right. But I just knew in my mind that I needed to protect my capital. Okay. Which is more important than trading, right? There's just times that I really like it in Jared Tendler's book when he talks about your A game, your B game, and your C game. A being your best, B being okay with some mistakes, and C like going on tilt and blowing accounts. Okay. To me, it was not worth going into trading at the start at like a B or B minus game. Okay. Because I was not at my A game. I did not have the mental bandwidth to be at my A game. Therefore, I sidelined and I waited patiently. Okay. So I want to encourage you guys, if you're going through stuff like that and you know you're not at your A game, to expect A game results, you can't do that to yourself. You need to take a step back and then get things handled where you can come back to the markets and be at your A game. Okay. Now, of course, we can't always be at our A plus 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 game and be like, invincible traders that don't make wrong decisions, right? That's why the A game, B game, C game all exists. So as you see yourself drifting into your B game, you can pause and put yourself mentally back to the A game. Okay. So I chose to sit out pretty much for the entire month, even sitting in the live streams. Let me tell you how much FOMO I felt and how much jealousy I felt watching him kill it. It's great though. I mean, he's a great friend of mine. He's practically family. And so I want to go over this right here. Let me scoot this over just a tad. All right. So this was that month that I was sitting there, right? Started a little under 3K and he actually ended up like a little over 3K. So fantastic, dude. Good job, Dan of all trades, killing it, right? And most of this month that you're seeing right here was actually the 50 trade orb challenge that I put out there. And he did it and he ended up being profitable. And then now he's taken the next step. He's taken 50 more trades, okay? And he's made a few tweaks and he's going to continue. Now, we're going to make a video together where he shares that journey in detail. So I want to save some of that for this. But I just show you this to explain the choice to sit out was not easy. Okay, it would have been very easy for me to just sit there and trade and kind of like, man, if I can get some W's, I'll feel better. I won't feel so stressed and things. But that's just not the truth. That's not the truth of trading, right? I knew that one of my weaknesses would have been if I had stepped into the market. It would have been easy for me to go on tilt. So I just decided not happening. Okay, I'm back now. I've been trading for a couple days. It's been going very well. That's it. We'll see how it goes long term. I'm definitely excited, but let's go over the actual strategy. All right, let's go ahead and go over that strategy specifically for the 50 trade orb challenge. So here it goes. We're going to make this. This is going to be easy. This is the easiest strategy you'll ever learn. I know there's a lot of orb strategies out there. A lot of them have built-in discretion. This one has zero discretion. Okay, so here you go. Okay, and I'm not saying it's the greatest strategy in the world. I'm just saying it has the potential to be profitable, and the biggest potential it has if you follow this pure and you journal the way that I teach in the 50 trade orb challenge video, you will grow as a trader. And that's what this was designed for. But let me teach it to you. Okay. So at 9:30, okay, my mouse is being absolutely insane. I just replaced the battery, still being the same. Okay, so at 9:30 to 9:35, okay, right there. So these candles right here, 9:30 to 9:35, you are going to mark the high and the low of those candles. Okay, we're going to trade off of the liquidity in the first 5 minutes of the day. That's it. So mark the high and low. Now I'm waiting for a 3 candle pattern to close outside of this range. Now, if you look here, we have a candle 1, 2, and 3 with a fair value gap, which is just going from wick, right here, to wick. Candle 1's wick, candles 3 wick, and then there's a gap where price moved rapidly. That's all we're looking for. Closed outside. Now, why didn't I do this one? Because this candle technically is inside of those 5 candles that created the range. So I just don't count it. It's that easy. Okay. But the next one that did, candle 1, 2, and 3, with that fair value gap in between, right? Took the trade, bought the top, turned around on me, boom, stopped me out. Okay. Next one, candle 1, 2, and 3. Yes, the fair value gap is small, but it is there. All right. So we took that trade, came down, boom, got stopped out. All right. So now we have this one right here. Okay, this is actually a really good day to explain this challenge. We had candle 1, 2, and 3, but we closed inside the range. So therefore, that's a no trade. All right. And so we're going to keep going. We're waiting patiently. Come on, mouse. Don't fail me now. Candle 1, 2, and 3 with a fair value gap closed outside the range. Boom, take the trade. Okay, take the trade. As you can see, there it is. Okay, 1 to 3. That's the magic number, is 1 to 3. Okay, it teaches you to hold. Okay, I'm telling you. When I was doing my pure challenge, or the 50 trade orb challenge, I had them come to like 2.8, 2.9 R, like down here, and then turn around and go back and stop me out. And I let it happen. Now, would I do that trading forward with this strategy now that I've done the challenge and I've journaled and identified things that I struggle with? No. Okay. I would trail intelligently. I would have actual liquidity targets based off of, liquidity levels and things like that. Okay. Of course. But I'm telling you, the challenge is worth it. How many accounts have you blown? How much money have you lost? This challenge is worth the what? $49 for Top Step 50K that you're going to risk $100 on each trade. And you do this, totally worth it. Totally worth it. Even if you don't make money on the challenge, then it's still worth it. Okay. All right. So that was the third trade. So I was up 1R for the day on the algorithmic, because I was trading algorithmic on it, 100% algorithmic. So bam. Okay. Dan of all trades, he ended up with a 1 to 6 because he decided to hold and trail a little bit, based off of liquidity targets and, all that. So he was like a 1 to 6, and that's what he ended up catching. So he was up 4R on the day. Okay. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. And he had just gone through a previous loss streak, and he said he pretty much made it all back. Like, in just 1 or 2 trades, it all shows back. It's just crazy. All right. So that's the strategy. That is the 50 trade orb challenge strategy that I want to challenge people who are struggling to do. All right. And do it and journal, and go watch my other video. I go into great detail about how to journal it, how to, figure out what's going on. And you can download this. I'll put the link down below. I'm not going to ask you for your email. You can just click the link and download it. I don't need to know who you are. It's no big deal. You can take it and go do it for free. You could also join our community if you want to join a few people that are doing it and talk with them about it. We're all in there and we're just hanging out. That's free. But then we do have a VIP, and what we do in there is we trade this exact strategy live with you. And we help go through the processing of what kind of FOMO are you having? What kind of fear is it that you're dealing with, right? That's what changed my trading, right? Was to take the time to work with mentors on exactly what I was thinking and why. What kind of lies was I believing about the market? What kind of FOMO would I truly have? Was it based off of fear of missing out income wise, or was it based off of like not wanting to be wrong? And I wanted to be right. And that's why I studied the market for years in depth. Is I had a fear of being wrong. Like I wanted to be right. I wanted to be the guy who could just sit here and like call the market, right? And just, be like, oh, I see this and I see this going on. I see this liquidity, this coming in, and I see this pattern, and I see this, and I know the market's gonna go there, right? That was my goal. And obviously that's not how this game is played, and that's definitely not how this game is won. All right. So I want to encourage you guys to take the time to do it and do the challenge, and maybe I'll see you in the Discord. But share this video out to people you think that would help them. Drop a like. Also, comment down below if you've ever done a completely mechanical strategy and let me know about it. I am curious, right? Like if you traded EMAs and it was completely mechanical, whether it was a winner or like a losing strategy, I would just like to know. But anyways, I hope this video has been encouraging, and I'll see you guys in the next video.